Hello, everybody. Um, yes, there is Doom. Sorry for the late start. Very late start. Um, I'll admit I was actually at a little bit of a loss of what to play tonight. I have a few things that I want to do, and I really want to do Cultist Simulator. Um, they released a trailer today, which is very good. Excuse me. Um, and But I did say I was going to do that on Friday, and part of the reason for that was so people could have a chance to play the game for themselves. Um, and that kind of came from the fact that I knew I wouldn't be able to play it on Monday. Monday's um, normally reserved for the Paradox Grand Strategy games. I do sometimes do exceptions to that, but yeah. But I sort of figured a decent game when I'm a little bit at a loss in terms of what to play is Doom, because I actually I really enjoy it. I think they did a very, very good job of boiling it down to sort of the essential features of a first-person shooter, and particularly one that wants to maybe try and capture some of the experience of the classics, while still acknowledging the fact that there has been, improvements in game design over the past couple of years, and it's been a fun one. I somewhat dislike the fact that I have been doing more sort of opinion stuff in terms of and it's tough because I think there's actually a lot of fun in sort of breaking apart games and seeing how they work. So like one thing that I find really interesting about this game is how they do a really good job of like making you move all the time, and how there are some things that you sort of look at in a first-person shooter and it's like you should always, obviously you're going to have that. It's like reloading, for instance. The really funny thing is when I think about like Wolfenstein or Doom, I don't believe you actually reloaded in those games. And then I think the more I reflected on that, the more I was thinking, it's not just that this game makes you move a lot, but it's actually the fact that the game actually has to deprogram you from sort of the way that shooters have been developed. It's not to say that these conventions are bad conventions, but this idea that if they want to have you constantly moving, for instance, they like you need to deal with the fact that a lot of games, if you don't get hit for a certain period of time, you regenerate health, and there's a lot of incentive to sort of hiding behind cover in that, which is fine. There's a very static style of play, and it's the opposite of what they seem to be wanting to accomplish. And then there's another thing that I've sort of learned from reading, and this isn't specific to game design. I actually think it's best when you draw from things that aren't necessarily so a little bit like economics. Like I would be reading a lot of political science stuff to get some ideas, and then I'd sort of bring the tools of economics to bear on the questions I was interested in. But similarly, there's a fairly well-known sort of, I guess it's a psychological fact, but rewards work better than punishments. This is, by the way, is a really interesting policy problem, because I'm willing to guess that out of the people who might be watching this, I will get to the game quickly, but this is a few ideas to think about while we go through Doom. I'd be willing to guess there's a few people who watch this who maybe they wouldn't say it to somebody they knew very well, but believe that a way of reducing crime, or at least a good policy option, would be to, introduce minimum mandatory sentences, or make, penalties harsher for certain crimes, or build more prisons, or what have you, right? And that policies like safe injection sites can be reduced to things like, oh, you're going to give drug addicts free drugs or whatever. And the funny thing is that there's data available in terms of the efficacy of certain methods. And like many situations, the stick is less effective than the carrot. And there's an analogy. I think the first case I heard of was the World of Warcraft rest system, or I believe in China, when they mandated a limit on playtime, there was a reduction to experience that you would get or something like that after a certain period of time, to a point where it wasn't worth it. Basically, the reward was so small for playing, and people tend to bristle at that. And of course, World of Warcraft, quite famously, will give you an experience bonus for resting. Now, this is the funny thing. For all intents and purposes in the incentive structure, this is the same thing. It's a gradual reduction of the amount of experience that you're gaining from certain activities over a certain period of time, but one is a bonus that is gradually going away, whereas one is a penalty. And obviously that standard is the one that Blizzard implemented for World of Warcraft, is more or less the standard that everybody employs now. And so when you think about how do you, in a game like this, you can definitely come up with sticks to make you keep moving. But some of the ways that they did this here was that, instead of giving you a reward for hiding in the form of regenerating health, they give you a reward for doing glory kills and stuff like that. I forget the button for it now that I think of. But anyways, I've been thinking about that for a little bit. Oh, you fought your way out of hell and managed to return, but now the demons have staked their claim on Mars. You must find a way to shut down the hell portal Olivia created. Wait a minute, I did get through hell? Oh, that's right. I don't think I actually went through this level. My bad. Okay, we're out of heck.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in their world we call the Well. But you've returned. The only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may be a way. Vega is trying to access Olivia's files. If you can get to the nearest terminal, we will provide you with information.
Baron of Heck 2. 1. 2. It's clear that Barons are ferocious fighters with a bloodlust unparalleled by any other demon. Barons, larger and faster than their lesser brothers, also possess the ability to generate Heck energy, fireballs which can be hurled at the target. In the doomed Project Lazarus manned expedition, it is believed that most of the explorers were set upon by Barons of Heck. The details are unclear. Tablets retrieved from the Great Steep at the UAC Automated Survey of 2143 suggest that Barons of Heck are the current royal guard of the unknown Dark Lord of the Fourth Age. While the nature of this entity is unknown, it must be presumed that the Royal Guard's power has significantly increased, and so too has the power of their master. And Summoner. I'll only do the monster entries right now because I know I said originally I was going to talk at the start of this, but I wound up talking about design incentives. So the Summoner, our cunning adversary, is Doom. How you doing, Johnny? Big time. Good to see you again. My segment, my viewer count says you're the only person here right now, so I will save your shout out. Oh, thank you very much for that sub. I don't blame the person who left. I mean, we're 10 minutes in and I've just been reading. But I did want to get that stuff out of the way in terms of some of the ideas that I've been I've been thinking about in terms of what makes this game work. The Summoner, a cunning adversary, is primarily a defensive summoning unit. As the demon horde swarms the enemy, the Summoner sustains the battle by opening a rift to Heck and calling forth reinforcements. To prevent being overrun by the relentless horde, the Summoner should become the primary target in any battle strategy. When directly challenged in combat, the Summoner is capable of channeling Heck energy into an Argent Wave. Although the wave kills most humans, an occasional victim will be transformed into the Possessed. Surviving an Argent Wave attack is extremely unlikely, but does not appear to be random. There is evidence that the Summoner selects the most resilient of combatants for induction into the army of Heck.
That's all for now.
Did you play this to the end, Johnny? I don't recall. But then I sort of stopped watching your playthrough precisely because I knew I wanted to play this for myself. Not that I think, like, I mean, I'll admit the story's more interesting than I thought it would be, but this is not exactly the sort of thing where I'm like, oh, no spoilerinos, please. I kind of get that you're a... Ah! What's the... Ah! I need to know the... F. Okay. Okay, that's a bunch of nonsense, but anyways. I think that isn't the DLC just multiplayer stuff anyway? I probably should just shot the guy now that I think about it, because you get the health. Actually, I should probably use those upgrades. What do I have? Oh my god, I got a lot of them. So I do use the shotgun a lot. Speedy recovery, quick load. We'll do both. Got 5 left. Advanced loader greatly improves the reload time for the micro missiles. You know what? We'll go strong on the things I own. I don't know. I'd be interested in knowing myself, Johnny, just because it sort of depends. If it's multiplayer stuff, and I'll gladly play with someone, but I'm not gonna like do that on. Okay, I don't get this. There we go. At least I get some health. That's roughly. I mean, they did get a shot on me when I wasn't expecting what was coming, so that's not terrible. Yeah, what was I gonna say? If it's single player, I probably will do it on cast. If it's multiplayer, again, I definitely won't. I won't mind playing with someone, but I probably won't go out of my way to do. I won't go out of my way to do some. To do some like multiplayer content just to show it off. I thought the imp running up that was a sort of an indicator. Wild. I thought that was an attempt to get me to go there, but let's see if this. Oop. I don't think this is gonna work. I am good at jumping. The Eyes of Sin, great to see you. How are you doing this fine evening? I'm sorry for starting a little bit later, but it's mindless violence, which is timeless, so. I say mindless, but it's actually, I will say, as much as I like to sort of pretend that I'm above, you know, certain things, I think this is a very well done game. It looks great, first of all, and I think it, like, it's not just, like, you can sound condescending as hell when you say, you know, it sets out to do what it, you know, it achieves what it sets out to do. But, like, it really, I think it actually does bring something, either new or something forgotten at the very least to first-person shooters. And first-person shooters are a lot of fun. So it's not Cultist Simulator, but it's not even XCOM, but it's not bad either.
Olivia has an artifact in her private lab that we've been studying for years. I believe you can use it to find the answers you seek. It bears your mark.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database. Alpha-level clearance will be required to locate it. Granted.
You can access her Lazarus facility from the north sector of the Advanced Research Complex, about 80 kilometers away.
Johnny, I think the
I can
pacing...
bring the tram power online to take you there, but you'll need a UAC corporate facilities clearance card to activate it. There is a security station nearby.
I think the pacing is quite good. It's definitely an improvement over a Tarkovsky film, but I like the pacing. I dare say this is the fountain of video games. I don't know what I'm shooting, but it's great! Holy crap, I'm almost dead. Alright, something set me on fire. Rambler, thank you very much for that auto host. I think I'm back to my track record of dying at the beginning of every encounter that I have. The stats at the end of this thing are going to be brutal, but it's all good. We all can't beat Johnny big time. There we go. God damn it! Ego Akarin, how you doing? Sorry you were watching. I'm not, Johnny. It's one away from the one that forces you to restart at the end. Welcome to a rather clowny playthrough of Doom. I've been away from the game for a little bit, so I started by forgetting basic things like how do I do glory kills, but I seem to have managed that. Now I just die to people I shouldn't be dying to. God damn it. Ah, too late. I'll get to you chatters in a minute. Ah, fuck! I thought I was doing a glory kill. Alright. Tattooed, welcome yourself. I'm really not doing well, so my god, there's a lot of you here. Are you all from Rambler's channel? If you are, apologies. I'm not even remotely as good of a caster as he is. But we will have a good time in Doom together, despite my obvious limitations. I love that kill. My entire Doom experience is attempting to get that glory kill on these guys every single time. Sacre bleu! I think there's more than one. Yep. First time here. Recommendation from Ponce. Oh, thank you very much. Ponce is somebody who I met at my very first Twitch meetup. This is definitely something a bit different from what I normally play. But yeah, he was at the very first Twitch meetup I ever went to. That was just after I did a charity cast for Extra Life. That was the very first thing that I ever did. And I have regretted the decision ever since. And which artist is this, Isaacson? Presumably not yourself? Alright, only took me, what, 3 tries? Okay, so for those of you who are new... excellent. Okay, we're down to 13. This is a little bit more manageable. Herman Nitch, you think they got the spelling right? Game fits the theme as far as the work with blood goes. Alright, now I'm going to have to check it out soon. So for those of you who don't know me, I primarily stream strategy games. Mondays we tend to do the Paradox Grand Strategy style, but I really do like gaming in general, and one of the things that I've enjoyed the most about Twitch is the ability to is actually, hang on, I should be able to jump over the edge or something. Guess not. But yeah, basically, one of the things I've really enjoyed is sort of the ability to share particular games that I find interesting or try things out for the first time. I haven't played Doom up to... anything after this point is brand new to me. And we were talking a little bit about some of the things that I think really work for this game. Some of the things... I was talking a little bit about how it seems that they kind of have to deprogram you a bit from expectations of what a shooter should be. So, for instance, we've got a convention right now of, you know, if you hide behind cover, you'll get some health back, and how generally... oh, come on, blow up. So generally, if you hide behind cover or something like that, you get your health back, but that's going to be completely counter to the intention of getting you to move as much as possible. Notice that obviously I'm not really paying attention to what's going on in chat right now because I want to survive and hopefully beat an encounter before without dying. Hey, I did it. So it's really interesting. If you think about it, right, there are ways to make people... there's ways to make people sort of not hide behind cover and maybe like only occasionally poke their head out or something like that through a penalizing way. And apologies for those of you who are here at the very start. But yeah, so there's definitely ways of doing this without, like in terms of giving people like a penalty for that kind of a behavior. But it's one that's almost certainly not going to have a good reaction. And the example that I gave earlier was you know, if you played World of Warcraft, you know that there, you know, you spend some time away from the game and you get bonus experience.
And those with whom you serve all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new dawn for mankind. It is by this guiding principle, working together as a team, that we will elevate ourselves to the next plane of existence.
I forgot. Chainsaw? G. Excellent. Okay. I gotta remember to use that more often. So yeah, the traditional mechanic before...
Those who came before you, and those with whom you serve, all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new dawn for mankind. It is by this guiding principle, working together...
So the original mechanic was... well, hi there.
Breach detected.
Ole! Okay, there's more than one. Sacre bleu. Okay, that was foolish. I wanted to blow that up. My bad. So yeah, the original mechanic in MMOs, and I believe this is from Chinese regulation, was that you'd be penalized in terms of experience, and so basically the reward for playing the game would be lower. You'd stop. Okay, I really want that.
It is by this guiding principle, working together as a team, that we will elevate ourselves to the next plane of existence.
Surely there is a way I can. Yeah. So you'd be penalized for spending too much time in the game, and the idea here would be, what do I need? Collect all 15 Hell Relics and reach the altar before the time expires. Okay. And Wizards' innovation was that they would mathematically do the same thing, but it would be a bonus that you'd start with for resting, and they would slowly take away the bonus. So again, the idea here being that rewards are something that you always, or something that you react better to than punishments. And so the idea here is the game doesn't damage you for Jesus. Well, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Ah, no. So I think this is supposed to teach me some tricks about the jump boots that I don't know already, but the problem is I don't know them. Okay, I think I'm using double jump a little too much. Oh, so close. No. All right, I think we should get it next time. And again, there's sort of two ways that I can sort of think about. There's two ways I can think about the game, which is sort of the question: what are they trying to get me to do? And in this case, this trial's very apparent. They want me to move. They want me to learn how to move fast. But that's also the same for the combat in this game, where they want you to constantly be in motion. Oh, no. Nailed it. Hey, the exception. You remember these puzzles? Timer sound made you feel like you're about to die at any moment. I think that's definitely the intention. But yeah, so the game wants you to move. They want to remove as many impediments from being able to sort of get between you and killing the enemies. So again, if you consider classic shooters, they didn't have reloads. That was something that was added later, and it's definitely something that you can remove from this. I don't see a lot of cases to crouch, although they do have the ability to do so. And another important one is that there's a tendency, I find it anyway, I'm really bad at like Skyrim-style games for hoarding. And so one of the things that this game does to sort of move you away from this problem of wanting to hoard too much, the things like grenades, you have unlimited amounts. It's on a timer. And I think it's really sort of interesting to see all these little design ideas come together. I don't really have any kind of a background in game design or something like that, which is why I always feel bad about sort of opining about these things. But on the other hand, I think I should spend those points. But it's really interesting to see some of these principles at work in terms of being able to... what's the best way to put it? just in terms of making, I guess, seeing the game sort of get to where it's supposed to go. All right, let's see. We get quick charge. It's not a bad one, actually, but let's see what else we can get. All right, I'm really screwing this up. Scanning. Nah. I'm bad at getting the item, and I don't get that many power-ups. So either I should wait for grab ledges faster. I think I'm gonna wait for those, or for that. All right, let's see if I can get this double-barreled shotgun a little bit better.
Demonic breach detected.
Olé! Oh, that blew. Oh, Jesus, I'm doing a terrible job this time. I don't think this is the right weapon to use against him. Oh. I wish I could have done the glory kill, but... Olé! Olé! Jesus Christ. That was satisfying. This even more so. Ah, damn it. Front end of pinky hurts. Write that down, chat. Thanks, Johnny. You're a real pal. But the other thing you can see too, right? Like, as long as you enjoy just this hyper-violent, showboating, the game is just so much more fun if you can tie together these glory kills. It's kind of why, it's presumably why you play it. Oh, let's see. Okay, yep, I'm understanding. This is a bad dude, and I don't want to encounter him. That's the...
Demon seems to have taken your keycard. You will need to find it. The tram station will not be accessible without proper clearance.
UAC personnel, Dr. Samuel Hayden II. Before Samuel Hayden died, he completed detailed instructions for designs of a new body, a bionic automaton with plasmatronic processing core, a biomechanical brain. Samuel instructed that his frontal and temporal lobes were to remain intact, but the functions of his parietal and occipital lobes were to be bypassed and networked to the plasmatronic core. Samuel's personality, memories, reasoning, and comprehension would all be carried over to his new framework, but his perception and calculation would become supercharged. Powered by Argent caches and later by an Argent accumulator, the cybernetic transference was a success. Samuel returned, bigger, stronger, and more formidable than before in a 3-meter-tall mechanoid body. When his decision to choose such a mammoth mechanical physique was questioned, Samuel responded, dictating the future of mankind. Sorry.
Dictating the future of mankind is dangerous work.
You never know when you may need a hero. Stem cells and neuroconditioning agents kept his organic matter, specifically his brain, constantly rejuvenating. He has existed for over 130 years now, and it is presumed his lifespan will be indefinite. It is said that his body has long since passed, but his soul will live on forever. Yeah. I don't need health. I need all that armor that's hiding behind the door. Here. Oh, cool. It does let me go there. Fine. Alright, there's probably a fight coming up. That sucked. Damn it. Okay, I need to start getting the glory kills, otherwise I'm gonna get crushed. Not the weapon I wanted. There we go. Okay, this thing isn't quite working for me, to be totally honest, but... one other thing that's great about this is the base that they add to the plasma cannon. It's kind of funny, because it's one of the weapons that, in like a standard shooter, you normally associate with kind of like, okay, it's you know, it's not as powerful as the rocket launcher, let's say, but just adding a little bit of bass onto that that weapon sound suddenly makes it, you know, it sort of fits alongside the shotgun and the rockets. All right, what do we have? Quick hand, sure. And I forgot about Q. That is a very helpful... Alright, let's take a look. Oh, bonjour. Stop it. Okay, that beholder can go to hell. I'm very disappointed I didn't get to give the proper coup de grace on this guy. That's all the health? Jesus Christ. I think this thing's a little too slow for my tastes. Slight overkill, but there you have it. Jesse Quill, thank you very much for that host. How you doing? I'm not gonna blame you for that, because it's totally my fault. But I'm mad that I'm not winning these the first time. Oh. It isn't your fault, Jess. I can't say the name, but I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. There's a guy who had a big host, and it was Fortnite, and they blamed the big host that they got on them dying in Fortnite. Like they blamed like the large chat. I was very upset with them for doing that. Thanks for stopping by my channel. You're the reason I'm not doing well in this game. Don't let anybody tell you that rockets are anything but melee weapons, chat. That was just bad. Anybody who is new to the cast, long since gone. I hope you guys are having fun. Yes, that happened. I realize this is like skirting the edge of my usual don't talk poorly about other streamers thing. But I do think that there are instructive lessons that we can take from from mistakes like that. Like, I think you all know you all know that I do not do well with backseating, and I think I am totally within my rights not to want to be backseat. But that's a fairly clear and well-established rule, and I think that's just a very the nature of the disagreement is very different than welcome to my channel. You're the reason I'm playing poorly. Anyways, with all that in mind, all right, that quick grab actually really paid off. The glory kill did not. So I'm doing the same thing over and over again, which is bad because I play difficulty levels like this to learn from my mistakes. So I think I'm gonna rush for that armor right away. I'll maybe get rid of the... I'll get rid of the trash first. Was he banging his head against the wall? Okay. It's party time. Didn't even touch me. I didn't even touch him. You can play that game, my friend.
Ah! Get some!
Music's still playing. There we go. I really didn't need to use 3 on that, but I think there's another beholder somewhere here. There's something huge after me. Oh, get... Oh, fuck me! I do not want to be going anywhere near... Oh, fuck off! That's a nasty trick. You play difficulty levels like this so you can call the game stupid for your losses. Yeah, I lost my head. I lost my head on that one. I definitely should not be going down big narrow paths with those guys running around. This is not the weapon that I want to use. Actually, honestly, the fact that I have a chainsaw is a disgrace because I didn't use that at all. I'm assuming it's fairly expensive to use on those guys, but... Okay, armor time. Where are you? Oh, he's dead. Wrong weapon. Do you hear that delectable bass, chat? Because I sure do. Okay, I need to get ready for the big guys. Somebody's doing something on Twitter, but I know not what. Oh, you know what? These guys can't get up here, can they? I don't care. I'm gonna fight them like a man. Okay, maybe not that manly. Alright, there's a big guy. Okay, there's a second one. Okay. Oh, they can jump. Alright, well, you know what? I like the fact that he dodged and the guy behind him took the full rocket. I probably don't need to shout. It's just the game is very loud for me. See, we're learning. Did any of you see the, I guess it was the Game Awards, but did you see that basically Mick Gordon did a rock concert, and I mean Doom got, I think it was Best Music and Best Sound Design. It's available on YouTube, it's a pretty good concert. The Mancubus. Their bizarre physiology can also be their undoing. The putrid skin covering their soft bellies is easily pierced. When exposed, their organs will explode violently, showering a sizable area with their revolting and toxic innards. Pinky, these demonic... Excuse me. These demonic animals are unnamed by those in Heck. They were colloquially named Pinkies due to their unusual skin pigmentation when first discovered by the Lazarus Project's tethering operation. Their aggressive nature against the living is well documented.
Unauthorized exploration into the exclusion zones outside the base is prohibited. Highly volatile experiments and artifacts are currently being researched at a safe distance from the base. Your safety in these areas cannot be guaranteed.
What a nice guy, so concerned. Hey, come back here!
Breach detected.
Oh, this guy again. Ah! What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Nope, 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 nope. I took up smoking, Johnny Big Time. I don't know. I've had a cough for a while, and it does not feel good. And it also hurts my ability to do silly voices. Okay. So,
Highly volatile experiments and artifacts are
well, isn't this exciting? I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do this. Ah, excellent. Okay. God help me when I need to drop this thing. I do use this thing a lot. It can spin up the chain gun barrels without firing. That's actually not bad. Siege mode. Oh god, that's such a good mod. I am going to go for the tactical scope first, though. The holy hell? Did I just discover some mad speedrun strat?
Demonic breach detected.
That was rude, whoever did that. I don't have much ammo. Alright, I get it. You want me to use the chainsaw. Oh god. Okay. Okay, how do I get back to rocket mode? You know what? It's just easier this way. Jesus fucking Christ. Health! Where is he? God, that was satisfying. Fuck off. And stay down. How's it going, Jeff? Have you not played this yet? Yeah, so one of the...
Access denied. Yellow security clearance required.
I actually haven't been paying attention to stuff I can pick up in the level. So I will try to correct that now. Yeah, the best... people are gonna string me up if I wind up repeating myself too many times on this, but... what they really did with this and why I think it works so well... hang on, I want to make sure that there's nothing special I can do over on this end. What I think really makes this work so well is they sort of went back to basics. They really thought about what makes shooters work, and particularly shooters at the time when Doom came out, right? Like the so I don't get why that had to happen. Oh, okay, it's just a video. I could have done this without moving the crane. That's why. Again, if you're ever not sure the solution to the puzzle, look up. Oh. This is the place I cheated to get to. Well then. I can cheat to get back. More gas. Hang on. I also need to find out how to use my grenade because I really wanted to use that mid-fight. So things like getting, like, there's little things that they do. Basically, if you... Doom is what you'd get if you took a modern first-person shooter and you stripped out everything that kept you from the experience of killing... where the hell is it? Okay, so weapon modes are R. Use equipment is mouse 3. So let's just get this... Nope. I still don't know what that does. Cool. I think I'm happy. But yeah, so things like getting rid of reloading. And then we were talking a little bit, I gave a WoW example. That is the WoW of Warcraft. But yeah, so... I know it's not serious combat because the music didn't get really good. But yeah, so, oh, hi guys. Also something, I know you're a really big fan of Halo, but I know one thing that Halo sort of brought in was the idea of recharging your health, especially like when you're behind cover or not getting hit. But when you think about it, that's something that actually gets you out of the combat. That's something that keeps you from that's something that keeps you from like doing the fun thing. The fun thing of Doom is killing demons. So they sort of took the same approach. The way that I say it is they took a similar approach to how they were dealing with people playing too much WoW, which was rather than give a penalty to experience, which was what was happening in other MMOs. They did the same thing, but with a positive spin. So in this case, they gave you that bonus to XP at the start that diminished over time. Well, specifically over kills, but kills obviously correlate with time. So in the case of Doom, instead of penalizing you for staying still, I mean, obviously you'll die if you stay still, but basically instead of penalizing you for not playing the game they wanted, they give you this incentive in the form of things like, glory kills and such, which I will demonstrate in a moment. So this is how you get health, and so the idea here is that if you want a player to spend the maximum amount of time doing things like killing aliens, then you give them the incentive. You say if you want to get some health, you don't do it by hiding behind a wall. You get it by killing someone and then getting close enough to do one of these things. So it's a really, I mean, it's not one. It's really smart. Like it's sort of acknowledging how people are, not how they should be. All right, I just got clobbered. But also, like again, like it's something that gets built into this really attractive package. The other thing that I like too, I mean, it actually runs into the other. So John Carmack talks a bit about video game violence, and he generally doesn't like it. And I think some people can very reasonably ask, it's like, well, oh, you know what? Quick lock does sound pretty good. Sure. At this point, I'm just window shopping, really. See, I'd say, well, you made Wolfenstein, you made Doom. Like these aren't exactly exercises in pacifism, but I mean, he points out that Nazis are a fairly unambiguous enemy, and in Doom, it's the legions of hell. It's possibly the most universal enemy you could think of. All right, this was a mistake to do this. So rather than running into some of the problems that I have with things like Mortal Kombat or that, where I think some of the fatalities go in the wrong direction, or games like Dead by Daylight, I generally don't like the focus on suffering that happens in games like that, which I realize makes me sound like such a complete candy ass, but there you have it. But the thing about like Doom is that you can actually get away with some pretty brutal fatalities, as you can see. But again, it's against these inhuman monsters. Like, I don't reflect on like, oh, you know what? This probably really hurts when I step on his face like that. There's just a degree of savagery that you can sort of get away with. So in this case, I don't know. They're able to sort of tap into the id, if you will. Oh, okay. You know what? Screw this. I can't kill him in midair. Actually, one thing that's a shame is when you have haste, the plasma rifle loses its base. But yeah, like the biggest thing is that you get to do some absolutely savage stuff in this game, and it's really exciting. It's really attention getting, and you know the music is loud, combat is fast, pacing is good, as Johnny's friends would say. But I don't really need to reflect on the fact that, you know, the large man over here is now exploding. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're gonna have to do an obscenely violent game, you should make the demons. You should make the enemy demons. I feel like violent video games can be a great outlet for some people as long as they know the difference between fiction and reality. Yeah, that's not a bad way of putting it. I mean, again, the really big one for me, Cacodemon. When a Cacodemon senses... Sorry, you know, we haven't had Doom Guy voice yet, so...
When a Cacodemon senses the presence of the living, it will hunt them relentlessly until it gets close enough to gnaw on them using an impressive set of mandibles. To aid the hunt, the Cacodemon has a psychoactive narcotic bile which it spews at range. On contact, the bile inhibits the perception of the target and compromises movement. The effects wear off after a few moments, which is often enough time for the lumbering beast to get within bite range.
Yeah, I think one of the things that really doesn't work for me on video game violence is, I honestly, it just comes down to the idea of if the focus and the attention is on the suffering. I think actually one of the biggest ones for me is the suffering of an innocent. That strikes me as a bit abhorrent. And I'm not entirely sure what the purpose is. And again, like, this is a big thing. Like, I really like the film A Clockwork Orange, and it's one that I know... You know, I know that's a really uncomfortable one for a lot of people to watch, but I feel that everything in that film is justified. I mean, I am cheating a little bit too, because Kubrick really is my favorite filmmaker. But like the thing is that you really can't make that kind of argument for video games, right? Like, I realize there's a... Oop.
You cannot send a team in to retrieve it.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me. He was mine before you even found him.
I realize, so like some of the history for gaming is Roger Ebert writing his essay on, you know, on why video games will never be art. And I always know when people write never, that's usually what gets people riled up. And then obviously, you know, it's gamers, right? So as soon as anybody suggests that it's anything but the most perfect medium for everything, they're gonna get upset. But really, the fact of the matter, like, so Ebert's not stupid. Well, he's not stupid in the way that gamers think he's stupid. There are some things I actually really disagree with Ebert on. Like, the gaming thing might be one of them. But what a lot of people do, so think back to when...
Unauthorized exploration into the exclusion zones outside the base is prohibited.
I've already done that. I kind of want to... I want to try out some of those other doors. There were some doors that had yellow passes a little bit earlier on here. I want to see if I can find some of those. I'm not doing any kind of a speed run, so it doesn't hurt to explore. It also gives me a chance to talk about game and film aesthetics, which was the subject of a blog. It's not actually. This is not going to tie into the blog that I wrote. But so think back to that that White House meeting where people you know, they sort of showed a bunch of scenes from violent video games, and like Warren Spector kind of came out foolishly, in my opinion, but I mean, nobody asked me. He said, you know, video games should be ashamed that they gave so much, you know, material for their critics. And there's a side of me that's saying, like, yeah, as if, you know, they wouldn't have just found another batch of, you know, of things to, you know, to complain about.
Those who came before you and those with whom you serve all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new world for mankind.
I really thought there were some yellow doors in this area, but anyways. Armor time. That was worth it, right? 3 armor? But yeah, I think the thing about it is that there was a game industry reel that people put together, and it was like, here's a bunch of pretty landscapes, and it shows how gaming can be a force for good. And I mean, it's a well cut trailer, right? It's got inspirational music, and it's got lots of happy cartoon characters. So there's a certain indie queen of Twitch who would automatically say it's the best game that they've ever played, even if they didn't play it. And I actually know what Ebert's reaction would be to that reel, and he would say it looks like a Hallmark greeting card, and that is 100% correct. The fact that you can render some very beautiful scenery in a video game, the only art that's really being expressed there is, you know, that of what a modeler does. Like, you know, that's not what gets the industry off for the content that it has. And like, you can get me at my most cranky, and like, as much as I really enjoyed Jess's playthrough of The Last of Us, I kind of feel like now that I'm in double digits, I should be well, that was rude. I kind of feel like I should be doing my shout-outs. But like, the thing about The Last of Us is, and this is the point that I made with her, I know she kind of gets annoyed whenever I bring this up, but you know what, I'm going to kill some monsters while I do it to lighten the blow. Alright, you know what, I'm just going to beat the crap out of all of you and hope I can sort it all out. Holy crap! I'm kind of glad that I don't have the charging guy to contend with. Ow.
UAC Tranmere, ready for departure.
So I think one of the
Please be seated. The tram is now ready to depart.
one of the really big things.
UAC's Advanced Research Complex will be our final destination.
One of the really big things for me about The Last of Us is that all of the interesting decisions are ones that are made in cutscenes. You know, your decisions are basically, do I shoot this guy or do I sneak around them? And that's not bad. It's a very good-looking game, but it's one of these games where I can sort of say, and like, this is definitely the style of game that Naughty Dog does, and they do it very well, but there's sometimes a side of me that says, like, did you guys just really want to make a movie and you didn't have Hollywood contacts? I sometimes feel that cutscenes like that are sort of setting the game to the side, and, you know, the gamey part isn't necessarily there. And the problem is that if you're going to reduce, you know, great game storytelling down to a series of cutscenes, then in the end, it's always going to play second fiddle to movies, because of course movies can sit you down, they can force your perspective, they can use editing, and they can create a particular meaning. You know, the original films that were made were not works of art. They were, you know, scenes of trains coming into stations and elephants and things like that. And then you get like Chaplin, and you get D.W. Griffith, and you get Stanley Kubrick, and there is a grammar that's established, and it's to a point, like, once upon a time, you know, 30 seconds, you know, you could convey a message. We're down to 5 seconds, basically the time that it takes to skip a YouTube commercial. And our visual grammar is so sophisticated that we're able to understand the message within 5 seconds. So they're very powerful tools to use, but in the end, those are ones that have been built with the idea that you can force people's perspectives and you can edit. And the subject of the blog was basically the fact that these are two things that you really can't do in games. You definitely can't do them well. So, anyways, let me catch up a bit with chat. So, Isaacson, none too keen on the suffering of innocent characters in games needlessly. And like the point that I make here is that because we're not like, so, you know, Cultist Simulator, In Other Waters, Sunless Sea, there's definitely some examples of good stories being told in games. And, you know, there's the character who's got like wasp eggs for eyes. You know, I'm not going to tell you how that story ends, but that can potentially be a very painful ending. But then they also don't really focus on that in the story. It isn't, you know, you don't get like high rendered video of this person with wasp eggs for eyes, you know, in lots of pain. Even then, like the ones that people are holding up as good examples of video game narratives are ones that aren't necessarily focusing on the unpleasant aspects. And so the big problem is that when you do stuff that is a bit unsavory, you actually need to sit down and say, it's like, okay, so what is the justification for this? And I actually don't mind violent games. I'm playing Doom and I love the hell out of Doom. You know, this is kind of nasty to look at, right? But it's like, oh man, really? Oops. You know, look at the detail on that. That is an ass. That's a shiny ass. Like I can zoom in and I don't see a single pixel on it, you know. So, you know, that's like, let's face it, it's not Barry Lyndon. So Jeff to have, everyone is so different when it comes to life. Violent video games affect some more than others for you. You played Doom 95 when you were like 4 or 5, GTA 3 a few years later, etc. And now you successfully don't abuse Jess. Yeah, exactly right. And I honestly don't really think there's a lot of people who. I'm not entirely sure the inference is, you know, I played Doom, therefore I felt it was justified to, you know, turn someone inside out and barbecue them so that I could, you know, I could redecorate. There is always that side of me that just says, like, so why, you know, why did you put that thing in there? And I don't actually think a lot of, designers have a good answer to that question sometimes. Don't talk down to things you like. All you need to do is like the things that you like, or you're going to get angry. All right. So I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm going to go to the next level. Sorry for those of you who had to deal with the monologue. In the meantime, let's deal with the order that people came in. So we've got Johnny Big Time. Oh man, I blew it on getting all the loot and all the combat. All right. Well, it was our first time back, so I think I can live with that. So we've got Johnny Big Time. Johnny Big Time is one of my favorite. You need to clean up your basement. Johnny Big Time's probably my favorite caster on Twitch. He is somebody who's got a great sense of humor. He did Doom with aplomb. I think he's got overall he's great. He's a really nice person. Off cast, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him in person, but I definitely want to get him an adult beverage. At some point, if we ever are in the same town. Really entertaining guy, a lot more entertaining than I am, and the action's good. So Mage is good, the action is fast in the Johnny Big Time cast. He also, I always like to comment on this because he really stands out this way. He is willing to play anything. And he's somebody who, you know, hopefully will have a chance to maybe do some collaboration on some future projects. But it's cool. I mean, we were playing Worms the other day, he again, like he'll take up new things. He played Chaos Reborn with me. We played Stellaris once. I think he's gonna spend some time. He's gonna train up, and then we'll have the grand melee. But again, I can't stress it enough. Johnny is funny. He's got a great personality, very positive personality. I don't think I've ever heard him speak badly about someone else. We actually occasionally too, we don't talk about it a lot, but I get a chance to talk about books with him, which is nice. So, and he liked. I was a little on the fence. I got him a couple of books. I was sort of on the fence about it being something that he might like, but he reacted exactly the way I did to the book that I got him, the opening of it. So that made me feel good. So to a certain extent, we're on the same page, and I have a lot of fun watching his cast. I have a lot of fun hanging out with him, and he's my strongest recommendation in terms of a caster. I don't understand if somebody weren't to like him. I genuinely wouldn't understand it. We of course have Jessie Quill in the chat. Jessie Quill, I like to talk about her as sort of more story-based streamer, but that's not entirely true. She will play what interests her, and actually most recently she's been playing a lot more games that are things that she enjoyed when she was growing up. So that'd be things like SpongeBob SquarePants. This is a really long time ago, but she's got an unnatural obsession with Star Wars. So she does play, Coder of the Old Republic, and she doesn't really like Dark Forces, and I'm not sure if it's because of the pixels or because of the labyrinthine levels, but that's her loss. Dark Forces is actually quite a good game. Excellent, Johnny. Thank you. She, for some reason, has stopped shouting herself out in this chat, so I'm glad I've got a backup. Yeah, she's also been doing some blogs recently. That is one of the perks that you get alongside Polymer Clay creations and cards and whatnot. And I believe she's going to be doing something for St. Jude at a later point in this month. But I will leave it to her to say what she's doing and when. I know actually I met Eyes of Sin through Jessie Quill when we were doing a co-cast. I've tried to do a couple of co-casts for Jess whenever she does charity things. So one basically involved a bunch of technical problems where I just kind of chatted with her for a number of hours, and then I think we did like the prologue to Shadowrun Hong Kong right around the time it got exciting, and then her slot was done. What's really funny, by the way, every time I've done those things with Jess, she always like gets a big thank you from the host, like while I'm in the room, and the host never says anything to me, and I'm like, was it something I said? I worked my ass off for this, but it's fine because it's Jess's bit, right? I'm just a guest, but there's always that side is like, am I fucking invisible or something? But another charity cast, again, I had some rapport with Jess, and that's what brought the Eyes of Sin to the cast. So every once in a while I get a valued new contribution to the community. And yeah, well, Jess definitely does a good job in terms of, you will hear her on these things where she really tries to stress my name, but it's just really funny that like organizers really don't like to acknowledge my presence. There's a couple of, so I can't say who this was or when this was. Normally I sit on stories like this, but I got a wonderful story the other day about somebody who I didn't really know who apparently really doesn't like me, which reminded me about how small the world is and how it is very valuable not to say stuff like that unless you are willing to back it up. And then I remember there was a time when Jess had recommended me for a particular talk show, which is genuinely something I want to do. And the reaction was like, I've never heard of this person. And it's like, well, maybe you should make the effort. And so I've still never been on a talk show either. But it is not for lack of trying. In the past, Jess has definitely tried to give me my due. And it is always the responsibility of others for not acknowledging me. And I'm not bitter about that at all. You have the location of Olivia's private offices inside the Lazarus complex, where the initial invasion began. You must first traverse through the advanced research complex in order to gain access to the entrance of Lazarus. Utilize the tools you find along the way. Yeah, the problem is the end of that was more about me, but I do encourage you guys, if you do like some of the story-based stuff that I do, Jess is a good recommendation, and I know she said at some point she was going to do the Red Strings Club, which I know is very popular, and then
It's time we meet in person. My office is on the second floor of this facility.
By the way, I'm interested in what it would be like if there was a big revelation that this guy was a robot. I don't know. I don't think it would be that big of a mind. Like, I don't think it would blow your mind that much, but it would be sort of interesting to see what would happen in that. This actually is kind of like Dead Space. And then I know she's done Cultist Simulator in the past. I didn't get to see that stream, but hopefully with the I believe it's the Explorer build is the the Explorer build was the one I was just doing. It's not the Harbinger. What build just came out for Cultist Simulator? Anyways, the one that has a really cool trailer for it, and you should all check it out.
Fabrication techniques to prototype everything from robotics to weaponry to subspace communication systems.
Is this guy really a giant? Maybe it was the Explorer build. Yeah, last one was Scholar build. Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna fight him with a pistol just to show that I can. Alright, apparently I just shot out his stomach and he's still alive, so this might be a problem. Ah, crap!
This vast state-of-the-art research, design, and production center uses cutting-edge technology.
I didn't think about the time it would take me to walk there. That's my bad. I was gonna be so.
UAC Advanced Research Complex.
I was gonna be so intolerable if I got away with that.
It's time we meet in person. My office is on the second floor of this facility.
So here's a very important question for you, chat. If you had to be uploaded to a robot consciousness, would you choose to go for a scary voice like that, or would you go for a normal voice? For a certain donation level, I will supply... I don't know what you did to piss that guy off, but...
This vast state-of-the-art research, design, and production center uses cutting-edge technology and fabrication techniques to prototype everything from robotics to weaponry to subspace communication systems.
Whee! Oh, so you wouldn't want me to supply a voice? Yeah, so for anybody who donates a certain minimum, I will supply the voice for your bionic body. Although honestly, I'd like the Johnny Big Time voice. I can try and do a terrible approximation of a Johnny Big Time voice if you guys give me a good line to say. Or better still, just give me a line to say and I will do it in whatever voice you would like. I haven't decided on the minimum yet, Johnny. I think it's best if people just keep donating, and I will let them know when it's enough.
Just die already! Ah!
Demonic presence clearing. Lockdown disengaged.
Thanks for the sub. The It's 2 subs today. As much appreciated.
Breathe.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm gonna have to work on my best. Enjoy your breakfast, sir. I actually, I genuinely feel bad about that, Johnny, because I know you bought Worms to play it with me, like the day before it went on sale. So if anything, I should be sending that to you to compensate you for the difference. That is fantastic, Johnny. I really do appreciate that. You are my new patron.
Look upon the faces of these extraordinary men and women. These are the best and brightest minds, the most devout members of the UAC faith, fully indoctrinated. They have assimilated the UAC core belief, a world of power, born again of fire. Their unquestioning work and devotion has earned them a place in the Hall of Excellence. Are you doing all that you can to see our destiny realized? Work hard. Find yourself on the Wall of Excellence.
I'm trying to get some competition in here, Jess. Competition breeds profits. My second patron. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna stand still. So I need to show my war face while dodging his attacks. So ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Well, fuck you!
We are not advancing enough applicants, and our faith is nothing without believers. We cannot conduct our work without them.
And what kind of work is it that you're doing, Olivia? I haven't seen a report from your team in months now, have I? Can I trust that you can maintain your distance and control of the situation?
Of course. I believe in our work, but in order to make progress, we will have to make even greater sacrifices.
This isn't progress, it's madness. The board understands the peculiar nature of your work
Sparta!
on what those sacrifices mean to mankind. But your judgment is no longer considered sound.
Tier 3 Manfest. Welcome, Tier 3 Advocates. You have elevated yourself to the next level of thinking. Your precious notions have been cleansed by science, and you see things now as they truly are. The true power of Argent Energy, under your stewardship of the UAC, will drive us to the next stage of mankind. No more secrets, no more hiding. Your journey towards the final tier begins now. Our understanding of pan-dimensional existence grows each day. As we begin to realize the true power that flows from Heck, we are changed into something much greater than we ever thought possible. Your life as a Tier 3 advocate is more than just the work you perform. Spiritual understanding of who we are and what we meant to become grows with each artifact you catalog, each weapon you prototype, and each heretic you convert. The fear of Heck is seen for what it really is, false emotions appearing real. You have opened your mind. Well, damn it.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Oh. Bonjour. Crap! You're fucked now! Ah, god damn it! It sounds a lot like BFG Division, but it hasn't gotten to the good bit of BFG Division.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown.
That was 3 headshots, if you guys didn't notice. Bonjour. That was not a headshot. That was the opposite of a headshot. That was a plant. Alright, that shit's gotta stop. Where's the berserk? Where the fuck is he? I just lost it all. Screw it. Ah, now's a good part of the song. Fuck. Oh shit, not her. God damn it. Alright. This will be the run. So I appreciate one of the reasons why I've avoided Doom for a while is that so I have periods before combat where I talk too much. And then there's the periods where there's the actual combat, and it basically just becomes a big succession of me swearing.
Demonic presence
Damn it.
at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Stop that. I mean, I would find it more helpful if they paused, or if they did the save here, just because it feels a little dull for me to go and pick up all that. I mean, on the other hand, I am taking my time, so. All right, no more prolonging the hour of doom. Fuck off! There we go. Shit, where's it coming from? Why did I walk into that?
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
There's another one here somewhere. There we go. Maybe I should just find the armor as I go through the encounter. I could also potentially try and save the berserk for after I take on the big guys, but it is kind of helpful for clearing them out. So. I just really like using this ability, I'm not gonna lie. So you're somewhere. Well, doesn't help me now. Got some health back. Oh, so it turns out that explosives are a good way of dealing with that guy. Fuck off. Okay, I gotta deal with the spawning lady. There she is. God damn it. Thank the Maker. So there's actually one spot where it hasn't quite had the effect it was supposed to because I'm spending the time searching for the guys on this level now. It's about the only time that I've not immediately had something to take out.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Okay, so I hope the screw-ups at the start still made that somewhat interesting to watch. BFG Division is also a very good song. Oh no!
Do not be alarmed by the system update. It is a prototype of our interdimensional tether. A means for me to pull you back from hell. I'm sorry for the jolt, but I didn't think you'd allow its installation voluntarily. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I have supplies in my office. This way, please.
Could I get somebody to just type anything in chat to make sure that
Welcome, Dr. Hayden.
I'm not I'm not unplugged from chat?
Take whatever supplies you need.
I want the book. Okay, let me just do a quick reload here. Cool.
The destruction of the Argent Tower is devastating, but I am committed to helping you close the portal. All of our work and understanding of their world is derived from the inscriptions on a large stone artifact we pulled from Hell in the earliest days of the program. We call it the Helix Stone. It is our most closely guarded asset. Olivia was obsessed with it. From it, we learned how to manipulate Hell's energy, bend it to our will, take advantage of their resources. It also led us to you. The Helix Stone showed us how to harness the power of the well. I believe it will show you how to shut it down. For years, Olivia has kept the Helix in her private office in the Lazarus Labs, which is only accessible through a secure elevator from the Advanced Research Complex across the chasm. Your affinity for guns is apparent. I'm confident you'll find something useful there as well.
Is it the BFG? That is the BFG.
The service elevator is at the end of the hall.
Service elevator. Thanks for reminding me of my place, Dr. Samuel Hayden.
Housekeeping.
After his rebirth, Samuel was appointed as project director of the Argent facility. It was deemed too bizarre to have the world's first cyborg leading the most powerful corporation in the solar system. Mechanoid Samuel Hayden proved to be an even more impressive figure than his mortal self. Under his leadership, Argent technology exploded. The work achieved at the Argent facility destroyed the boundaries of our understanding of physics. As Samuel himself said, we rewrote the book and called it Argent. After the unveiling of the global energy distribution matrix, it was clear who was really in control of the UAC. Samuel Hayden's triumphant return to power was complete. In a stunning display of bravado and conceit, when the GEDM was finally switched on, Samuel Hayden was live-streamed in front of the Argent Tower, pulling a massive 12-foot power lever to dispatch the first Argent package to Earth. This sent a clear message to the people of the known solar system. There is only one man that can turn off the power. Kind of neat to see the stone relics in a warehouse like this. It's a nice little contrast. It's a haste rune. Go! You've returned, but you're going to be watching the rest of the stream from Bread. It's about time that you got to sleep. Completely understand, Johnny. I know you had a shorter cast today because you weren't feeling up to it, but thank you very much for hanging out. I particularly like it when you're in chat when I play this game, because I feel like if I'm screwing up, you'll let me know. And if you're having a good time, you usually communicate that in chat as well. So again, if you guys haven't followed Johnny Big Time, he's a great guy. Please do check him out and have a wonderful evening, a good sleep, and we'll see you next time. Damn it. I actually got a late start, so I'll probably do a shorter cast tonight. But I'll try and make a little more progress in the game before I wrap it up. There was a console I was at before.
Let me up.
Well, damn it. Probably should have shotgunned that, if I'm totally honest. This was not the right place to go. I think this is the service elevator again, isn't it? Nope, this will help though. Blood-fueled, move faster for a short time after performing a glory kill armed with a heavy assault rifle. I think that's one of my favorite weapons. Eliminate all targets before the timer expires. Movement is only permitted for 3 seconds following any kill. Okay. I'm not quite sure how this works, but I'm intrigued. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I really need to commit to movement, otherwise I'm not going to get anywhere. Fuck. Okay, this is a neat. This is a neat challenge. Whew. Okay, I only got one more. Nice. Ooh, okay. Move faster for a short time after performing a glory kill. Inflate mobility. Significant increase in control after a double jump. Launch into a glory kill from much further away. Increase the effectiveness of equip. I think blood fueled is the better one. I think I'll save up for the last level of dexterity. Actually, hang on, I don't really need faster weapon mods, so this is slightly more useful. Oop. And weapon upgrades. Okay, kill 5 Mancubi with a charger. I need to remember to do that. You know what? That will help me quite a bit with the double-barreled shotgun. And I don't think I can afford any of these other upgrades, so. I don't think this really counts as a secret. I mean, they had big green, like big green lights moving me towards it, but I won't complain. You know what? I am going to try and get that ammo. I keep forgetting there's a huge range on this thing, so... Ah, alright, well, that's going to make things exciting. I wonder if this is an Empire Strikes Back reference or not. Technically not all vents are Empire Strikes Back references, but... Okay. Oh, here we go. When in doubt, I just look for the green lights to tell me where to go. Nope, that is not where I'm supposed to go. Okay, I will admit I'll bite. No, so this is apparently where I'm supposed to go. Oh! There we go. So if I didn't go through here, is there any other goodies I can find? Guess not. One of the challenges that I run into is the game's willingness to give me a lot of waypoints to head towards. I tend to ignore larger parts of the level, which is not great if I want to gain the... That guy's not as easy as I thought he'd be. I'm gonna have to eventually see what's behind me at some point, but... these guys. No! That's what I wanted.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
The ARC is the birthplace of several...
Also, very intriguingly, it seems like a chainsaw counted as a glory kill, which probably isn't that surprising on reflection, but I didn't think of it that way originally. There's obviously a big exciting one, but my tendency is always to check out the uninteresting room just for like secrets or ammo or something like that. Alright.
This bastard is
Jesus Christ. I am not good enough to just go in pistol only, apparently. Alright. Alright, so basically I just lost myself a bunch of health for that, it looks like.
The ARC is the birthplace of several breakthrough fields.
Retinal scan failed. Access denied. Yellow security clearance required.
Back to the good old glory days of looking for keys. Alright. BFG 2. The theoretical design for the BFG 9000 was first put forward by the R&D department in the Advanced Research Complex, and the concept was later given its own funding program. The BFG division was formed to develop a working design. Several prototype weapons have since been made. The prototypes never went into full production due to numerous testing accidents and the deadly radiation spikes produced. Previous versions of the weapon had slightly different energy patterns to the current generation. Some released solitary Argent spheres that unleash a deadly wave upon impact. Others formed an Argent laser that cuts through anything in its path. The current prototype, the BFG 9000, creates Argent streams that seek out targets and boils them alive. Sorry, just give me one quick second here. Okay. not 100% sure what the purpose of these rooms is yet. And we're back to this. I haven't really used this weapon that much, but then again, I don't find it all that helpful at the moment. Oh. So what, I was supposed to get the guys to like walk into the... So I'm assuming this is just showing me different firing modes for the BFG. Ridiculous.
Access granted. Hello, Dr. Peters. Biometric mismatch detected. Scanning. Unauthorized personnel confirmed. Expulsion to commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Neat. That's a great little trick that they pull on you too, because like obviously.
Activating laser security system.
Obviously, you want to get your hands on the best weapon in the game as soon as possible, and they completely pull the rug out from under you on this. It's a very nice touch. Although it does sort of go against this ethic of like, you know, as few interruptions to killing the demons. Presumably there's something I'm supposed to be doing here, but I don't really want to risk my chances with. I'll maybe wait for the next pass on this one, and then we'll see if I can. Alright. You. God, what do I do now? Well, I need to make a decision fast. Okay, so these are all closed off, it looks like. It feels like there's something very obvious that I'm missing out on here. Oh, there we go. Nope, didn't like that. No, I want to read the entry. When correctly charged, ionized and compressed deadly packets of Argent energy can be released in a controlled manner at a velocity and potential energy quota far exceeding conventional weapons. The weaponization of Argent energy led to the development and mass production of the plasma rifle, but the UAC realized they were capable of much more. The BFG 9000 is the culmination of those efforts. Why is my mouse not letting me scroll down properly? Only one prototype of the final weapon exists. It is housed deep within the ARC and the BFG division. This weapon delivers streams of supercharged Argent energy to multiple targets and is to some extent self-guiding. The streams will seek any cache of Argent it can find, usually demons or human test subjects that have had Argent beacons surgically implanted. When the streams find their target, they release all of their stored energy in a fraction of a second, delivering an electrical shock that will instantly boils the blood and fatty tissue of the recipient. Spontaneous explosion of the subject often follows. So I'm gonna keep this thing out because I'm pretty sure they don't give you a weapon like this in the game and then don't give you something big and nasty to use it on. But
Please proceed to the Lazarus elevator.
yep. Game did not disappoint. Hey guys, what's over here? Is there a, yeah? But what could it mean? All right. Okay. Big long hallways with rocket launchers. I'm assuming there's something evil coming for me. Oh god. Oh Jesus Christ, I didn't see that second one. Okay, those things hit me for 73 damage. That's quite the... That is very important information for me. Alright. Ole! Oh. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm trying to think how I'm supposed to dodge these guys then. I kind of thought I was supposed to move at the last second, but they definitely turn in time. So maybe I'm supposed to just change the angle right away. I don't know. I'll find out. I should also be making better use of these explosive... Okay, that was remarkably stupid of me. There we go. Okay. Not efficient, but it worked. So jumping seemed to make a difference, but I don't think I 100% get the I don't think I 100% get the way I'm supposed to handle those guys. That was a, okay, I don't know where this other one's coming from. Fuck, fuck, fuck! Yeah, I don't have a good answer for those things. So they gave me the BFG. I'm kind of curious how this is going to turn out. Oh, where is he? Oof. What's this supposed to be? Still too slow. Fuck. Not quite what I meant, but did the trick. Fuck off. Yeah. That was poorly done on my part. But yeah, so I was a little curious to see how the gore nests were. I mean, the gore nests always parcel out the enemies, but now... Oh man, I'm gonna have to do this again. Okay. We'll see if I'm better with the pinkies. Ole! Ole! Oh. That's, that is definitely a choice I made. Alright. Sorry, I'm sort of sucking now. Not quite what I meant, but... Olé! Oh, please take him out. Cool.
Demonic presence at unsafe level. Lockdown in effect.
Oof. That was unpleasant. Interesting. I genuinely don't get what that thing is, but... Alright, this is a nice waste of a quad damage. I could not hit the broadside of a barn. I hope that was the shield guy. Alright, that's some precious health I needed. Alright, and I'll get some ammo in a minute. Alright, this is going slightly better. The big missed opportunity right now is I've not been taking out enough guys with glory kills, which is going to translate into some losses, health-wise. Shit! Also, letting them get the drop on me like that is a great way of losing health. I don't like the sound of that at all. Where is he? Fuck off! I hate the summoners. No, this is not gonna end well. I really try to keep track of her her red beam of death, but especially in a big cluster of guys like that, it's tough. That would have been a reasonably permissible time to use the BFG, but man, that is they're not letting up on the save points. Okay, this should be good for. Oh Jesus. Olé! Oh, damn it. Got caught on something. Yeah, that's a pretty brutal save point. So, it may be that the pinkies are just particularly difficult for me, and and it's the fight that's supposed to be, you know, the tricky one, but obviously I haven't quite managed to get a handle of these guys yet. This is not exactly what I want to be doing, but this isn't a terrible weapon either, so... Olé! Olé! Oh, please take it. Thank you. Oh, that's bullshit. I do not like the fact that you get damaged while doing a glory kill. Because it actually means that your means of getting health can actually result in negative health in the middle of a big firefight. Anyway. These are what the youth of today call excuses. I only have myself to blame for that one. This is not a good use of a quad. That was good use of a quad. Alright, so I lost it. It's totally that's totally on me. I'll just do the best with what I got right now. Hopefully that goes through floors. If not, that's a waste. It does not go through floors. Alright, there's something terrible coming after me on the right. Oh, Jesus. Got hung up on that wall again. Jesus. It's really hard to see where some of these attacks are coming from. I'm happy this thing does a ton of damage. It's just really hard to collect. I also did not realize how easy it is to stun these guys. Yeah, see, that's a fantastic example about how it was completely not worth it to take the health, because it's a net loss for me that I... Okay, I gotta find... That's a way of dealing with the lady. Please hit the... Thank you. I don't even care that I'm wasting fuel. I just need to get out of here. Oh, fuck! I was out of ammo. Alright. I panicked with the fuel use, and then I jumped to a bad situation. I know if I use rockets on those guys, I don't have problems with them anymore, so I think I've reverted to some of my old ways. All right, we'll see. This will probably be the last fight that I do, because I'm making quite a few more mistakes than at the start. I'm just gonna. Oh, that was a bad call. We'll see if I can do something with this, but. Oh yeah, actually I'm not, I mean, I've started this thing with lower health, so I think I'm not gonna mess around with the skulls this time. Oh, apparently I am. So that was probably a fantastic waste of ammo, but now I know I'm not taking damage to stupid stuff. I'm going to try and use a double-barreled a little bit more often against the tall guys. Hello? Really doesn't feel like this thing does as much damage. Okay, not a bad start. Try and find the big guy again. Alright, that sounds like a bunch of pain. Yeah, that was a damn shame. Please come help. Probably wasn't worth it, but if I can just remove these guys from the playing field right away, that is so much the better for me. It's a bit of a shame that I didn't get the health off of him, but I can work with that. At some point the spawner is going to show up, and that's going to be a bad day for me, but for now I'm content to deal with conventional problems. This also feels a lot. It feels like this is at a lot slower pace than the last time. Okay, she's here. And even though I got a Baron chasing me, I really want to. I need to find her because she's gonna take a big old beam like that. Fuck, there's two of them now. Shit! Ah, she got me. I don't know where the next one's coming, that's bad. Okay, let's see if we can get them to follow me in here. Fuck! Ooh! Okay, she betrayed her own guy, that's nice. Shit! I keep getting caught by the edges of those. Alright. When in doubt. I gotta get it. Yeah, okay. I gotta find some spot that I can get some better shots on the guys with the ranged. I'm not as worried about the imps, but there's the guys who do those red exploding orbs, and they're the main reason I've died last few times I've done this. Oh, please. Thank God. God, you know, I should have used chainsaw on him. There we go. And it should be some health for me too. I think we might be able to make this now. Okay, more than one's not great, but I think I can handle this. Shit, I didn't even see him. Okay. I think as long as I stay behind glass, I should be able to handle guys like this. You should also be good for some health. Nope. I got greedy and I tried to take two at once. I probably should have just gone to a rocket launcher because the other guy would have been collateral damage, but there's a lot of could-haves and not enough doings, so. Super tempting to try and take that health there, but oh, that was a little... Oh, I made it. I think his buddy's gonna kill me, but... Oh shit, yeah. He definitely was. Yeah, that's not... that was not a great... That was not a great run of that, but...
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown.
I'm gonna skip using the double-barreled shotgun for the next foreseeable. I'm gonna wait a bit on using this thing. I think if I can pull that quad... Yeah, actually that's an idea. So I'm gonna try pulling the quad damage out after the low-hanging fruit's done, because these guys are not... Well, I say they're not particularly difficult, and yet I'm almost dead. Come on, I just need to get you to a glory kill. Thank you. Okay, a bit low on. That was actually really fun. I don't like being in close quarters with this guy. Okay, so I'm not going to have this for the next Baron that comes out. I think they're Barons. Whatever the hell they... Oh, Knight! Hell Knight. Barons are the red guys. Much needed ammo. Oh, well, round two. It's decent for my... decent for my health too. Okay, took a little damage on that, but it's in the name of getting my... I think once the summoner shows up... Oh! Okay, I don't know where she is. That's going to be a problem. There we go. Fuck. Okay, again, I just need the health. Where'd she go? Shit. That would have been the time I should have got the quad damage, but I got stuck in the fight with... Well, I didn't get stuck. I chose the fight with her, and I always, on that one in particular, I try not to lose line of sight. Just because a red line coming out of nowhere is a perfect way to ruin your day. Right. Olé! Oh, god damn it. That was so stupid of me. Apparently, I just gained the reflexes of an 80-year-old man. Oh well. I'm pretty sure after this gore... I'm committed to taking this gore nest out, but I am pretty sure there's not going to be any more Doom after this tonight, because I'm not doing well. I'm not entirely sure anybody's having fun watching me flounder. Oh god. Wrong button. Although, that reminded me that I've not been using the railgun lately, so let's see how it... Oh, you know what? I don't think I have siege mode, though. Okay, I'm gonna go for full greed and see what I can get away with this.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown.
So maybe the answer isn't to engage the guys that are good at long hallways and instead just commit to the room. Now the problem is there should be the skulls that are gonna come out too. Ole! Now I'm thinking with portals. Oh fuck. I was wondering when they'd show up. Ole! Alright, I actually ended with more health than I started with. That was not a bad run of that. Totally by accident, but... so I think I'm still going to commit to the... plan of... I don't get what this is. Oh, I think I get what that is. Yep. I'm still going to commit to this idea of using the quad damage when the fight gets a little more intense. Because I really don't need the quad damage on these guys. If anything, I should be farming them for health, but let's not get crazy. Yeah. I think running into him face first while he's firing rockets is not an optimal strategy, but... I don't know, that's how new metas are born, right? Nope, that is a corpse I'm trying to kill. Where is the knight? The one thing I don't like is my tendency to focus on a single enemy, because that's always when stuff creeps up behind me and just ruins my day. Okay, so... Bonjour! Well, whatever that was... Oh, that was a big old exploding barrel is what that was. So bad health-wise. I think I need to get to the higher level to, Alright, well... Okay, I think that's a summoner right here. I gotta find a way of killing him. Switching to the... There we go! Okay, good start. Yeah. I'll figure out what to do with this one. Ah, there we go. There she is. Excellent. Good use of the quad. So, even if I have to do this again... Ah, damn it. Okay. Shit. I might use... Ah, no! That's why I don't use explosives. That was such a good run that turned into crap because I'm such an idiot. What I should have done was pulled out the chainsaw, but I tend to be really worried about me fat fingering things. And so what I did instead was committed to something that I knew I'd blow myself up with. There's just too many walls there for me to not be an idiot about it. Okay, this will be fun. Oh god, yeah, that was not worth it.
Demonic presence at unsafe level.
Ole! Okay, I should not be wasting shotguns on these guys. I should be taking them out the old-fashioned way and collecting health. Now, I need to be taking this guy out the old-fashioned way. Okay, nice. I wanted to try and get, I wanted to try and wing him with the shotgun so I could, shit. I wanted to try and wing him with the shotgun if I could, just to, okay, what am I at? I don't want to use the fuel yet. I believe I still need to contend with the skulls, yep. I'm a little short on shotgun shells, but I'm still going to engage with that. Again, similar story with the quad damage. I'm going to hang on to that, and then if I wind up caught with something scary, I think the lesson here is don't panic. Switch weapons as soon as possible. Don't go to explosives just because I think they make me feel safe, because they are not a good friend. Okay, good for health. Not so good for... Go. Nice. I want to get... if I can, I want to take out the shooter right away. Even if that means that I don't get to... even if it means I don't get a glory kill on them, I'm actually okay with that because it means I don't have to deal with those giant red killers anymore. So it would have been nice to get some health off of that, but not at the risk of something that caused me damage. This difficulty level, anything that causes me damage is just simply not worth the risk, just because everything... I mean, like, obviously if I can go from 73 health to dead from, like, one of the charging pinkies, like, it's just not worth it to... Alright, summoner? Yep. So, would have been good to get the... That was not good. Now I can take it. Unfortunately, I don't know where the summoner is. That's going to be a problem. Although she should reveal herself through her... Alright, those guys, I don't know what I'm going to do about them. Okay, just roughly here. Sadly, I don't get to use the quad damage against her, but that's fine. I'll try and use it against her minions. I wasn't paying attention to... There we go. I wasted a lot of ammo on something that wasn't taking the damage. There we go. Okay, ammo's back. So I don't have any... Ah, shit, she's still alive? Thank God. Okay, it's gonna be big ugly guys now. That's definitely too much overkill for that enemy. Okay, I'd really like to... Fuck! I'd really like to use a chainsaw on that guy, but he is too... He's just too far away. Okay, portal time? Oh god, there's more of them! I need to find a good way of dividing this problem up. This is not a good way of dividing the problem, but I do have a chainsaw, so you know what? That's gonna take a lot of fuel, but that was worth it. Okay. Shotgun bro goes first. What the fuck? Oh, it's frustrating. Okay. I think I'm gonna cheat and go for the BFG. This is one of the things too, is that I'm treating the BFG like it's not something to be used when you're in a scenario like that. Oh crap. I just made this a lot harder for me because I'm engaging them in the hallway. Olé! Olé! Oh, damn it. Okay, good news. I think I'm gonna get killed from the glory kill, but no, okay, okay. Olé! Yeah, so I still wound up with more health. And okay, so those guys after 8 tries are no longer a problem.
Demonic presence at unsafe level.
Also, I don't use my grenade nearly enough, so I will remember to do that next time. Welcome. Okay, no damage yet, which is good. I'm wasting too much ammo on this guy. Okay, now I'm taking damage. So there's got to be a better way of dealing with these imps. Because I feel like they're getting a lot of little chip damage on me that I'm not recognizing in this fight. I could probably use the energy weapon against this guy. Something hit me from behind, probably an imp. Yeah, heavy machine gun is a fantastic imp killer. The only thing is I tend to get a little overzealous in its use, and that tends to translate to the summoner's got to be showing up soon. Where's the quad? I think I'm going to grab it as soon as I deal with this guy. Well, I'm counting my health before I really should. Okay, almost certainly summoner's up. There we go. Okay, she's just slightly to the right, but I'm getting greedy on health. I think I took too much damage on that, but I really did need the health. So, all right. So I lost a lot of opportunities there, unfortunately, but I did get to take out a couple of nasty guys. Fuck. Wrong guy. Hopefully get some health for it. Oh, missed out on the health. Okay. Not bad overall. We'll see if we can get a little more health before the big guys show up. Probably not, because I just took a lot of unnecessary damage. I need to make some decisions in terms of how I'm going to handle the new situation. Cacodemons first, I think. Oh god, something's hitting me. I'm dead. That was kind of an emergency. Oh god damn it, there's so many of them. Yeah, that was kind of an emergency chainsaw just so I could get the health. Need to find a way up. I don't even care about getting the glory kill on them. I just want them to die. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh, I don't think that was a good hit, but you know what? Did the trick. Okay, I've probably got the big guys to worry about still. Yeah. But this looks like the last round. There's nothing new showing up. Of course, there's another one of these guys. It's not an efficient tactic, but it sure works. Oh, god damn it.
Demonic presence eliminated.
Well,
Lockdown.
I did it. Wasn't pretty, and I don't have any health. I probably don't have a lot of ammo. Oh, actually, I got tons of ammo. But it was worth it.
Alert. Lazarus service elevator now arriving.
Of course, I
Demonic
said.
presence at unsafe levels.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Okay, I'm gonna need to remember the explosive barrel if I can. A little premature, I think. If I can control this well enough, I should be able to get a ton of health off of him. But it could also be my death. Okay. Something heavy duty now. At least I only have one to worry about. Again, not great on health, but...
Demonic presence eliminated.
Oh, that's a nasty trick. But I really like the way the game structures all of this. So there's the BFG. You know, you thought that was going to be easy. It wasn't. Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. Again, terrible with secrets, even Argent Cells and stuff like that, but it's a good time to end. So we finished A Brighter Tomorrow. Actually turned out to be almost a full-length cast. I think I'm only ending about 10 minutes earlier. So I know it was really quiet in chat. I am still not 100% sure whether or not it's fun for most people to watch me play this, because I appreciate that, like, there's the calm moments in the game when I talk about sort of some of the design decisions, and I mean, I'm hoping that it's fun for people. I don't like the fact I'm a hobbyist, or not even a hobby. I am a gamer. I'm not a developer. I'm not even a hobbyist developer at this point. So it really is just me trying to break apart a game, and I know, especially if I know a few of you who watch either do this for a living or at least have a proper grounding. So I hope that's not too irritating. But then, of course, the combat element is just reduced to me swearing a whole heap. So we're going to do something totally different on Friday. We're going to do the new build of Cultist Simulator, the Explorer build. I hear there is a lot of new stuff in it, and I will do my best not to struggle on some of the more introductory things, because I think everybody really understands those well. If you haven't checked out the trailer, do. It's only a minute long, but it's really, really good. Otherwise, I definitely will finish up Doom. I don't know how much more of the campaign I have. I don't really feel like we've had a big boss fight yet. And we must have, because we've been through like 2 or 3 different scenarios, but like I don't think so. In terms of original Doom enemies, like we haven't seen a cyber demon yet, so that has to be like a big boss. I'm just trying to think. It's actually the only Doom enemy I know of that hasn't shown up. Anyways, I'm sure, I mean, it'll come when it comes. But yeah, let's see who's online. Let's see who we can host tonight. But again, thank you very much for watching. Even if you're lurking, even if you are not watching at all, If you're just a body in my chat, a concurrent viewer is a concurrent viewer. I do appreciate that kind of support quite a bit, especially some of the auto hosts. Actually, here's something I haven't done for a while. So a lot of people auto hosting or just ordinarily hosting. So it's actually time I really should go through these lists again. So we've got Starbright Knight, just flipped around again. Starbright Knight, Nubisaur 42, Custom Games, Mr. Franz, Vanguard Master, Flofi, Blaster 1, Amber Ray, Freighter 5, Inferno Fowler, Jesse Quill, Kaylee Cakes, The Miss Ariella, Unknown Brigade, Johnny Big Time, Synthetic Snack, Servingo Duck, Malicide, Ulster Fighter, and the legendary Rambler 146. So thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate the support that you show, whether it's an auto host, whether it's a lurk, whether it's being active in chat. All of that stuff is welcome. It's a very competitive environment for streamers. You guys get to pick whatever you want. The fact that you decided to spend some time with me really does mean a lot. We'll see you guys on Friday, and I'm going to go for the person with the lowest on my follows. That would be Kilgore Trout, surprisingly. He's playing Republic Commando. Kilgore is a great guy. Plays a lot of classic games, has recently got partnership, and is sort of gearing his personal finances more towards doing Twitch for money. And again, he's great. He's a member of the GOG stream team. Is somebody I'm always very happy whenever I see him in chat, and I'm always happy to hang out in his chat. So Kilgore Trout, I do encourage you guys to hang out. Oh, thank you very much, the Eyes of Sin. Thank you for hanging out during it. And again, we'll see you guys on Friday, and it'll definitely be Cultist Simulator, but as always, if you want to know what's coming up, feel free to follow on Twitter or ask me. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.